Hey guys, my name's Colin and this is Colin Talks Crypto. We have been seeing some exciting moves in the altcoin prices recently, and I'm going to discuss with you in this video my views on, is it better to stay in Bitcoin or is it better to oscillate back and forth between the alt markets and Bitcoin to ride each wave up higher and higher? Thank you for joining me. The altcoin prices are booming. We are seeing finally, at last, some good surges in some of the cryptos and the altcoins. Bitcoin, for example, in the past 7 days has been up about 2%. Some of the altcoins, many of them in fact, have been up over 10%. For example, we have Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and EOS all up 12% over the past 7 days. And many others are following in this trend as well. So I thought I would just take a moment to reflect on my view on the subject of trading back and forth. I'm a very long-term holder, as you probably know by now. I do not day trade. That's why I just quoted you 7-day prices as opposed to the last 24-hour prices. I just don't really believe in looking that microscopically at the price range. But when we see moves upwards of 12% or more for many of the top altcoins and cryptocurrencies, and we see Bitcoin only moving up 2%, you know, it can beg the question, is it smart to be in Bitcoin right now? And I'm just going to give you my view on this, and this is completely not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. But I've had my portfolio allocated 50-50 more or less. 50% Bitcoin, 50% altcoins, maybe a little less on the Bitcoin. But the reason I did that is in anticipation of these oscillations, and that's the best word I can have for it, in the alt booms and bust cycles and the Bitcoin booms and bust cycles. And this historically has always been the case. Bitcoin tends to rise first. It's on all the exchanges. It's on almost all the market pairs. If there's a altcoin and it's going to have a pair, it's going to be minimally paired with Bitcoin. So money historically flows into and out of Bitcoin first and then releases into the altcoins as like a release valve when, for example, Bitcoin is deemed to be overvalued by the market. Then the altcoins tend to get moved into. So there's this oscillation back and forth between Bitcoin and altcoins. So what I've got in my portfolio right now is, about 50% Bitcoin, 50% altcoins. The altcoins in my portfolio comprise EOS, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. Those are my current top contenders. I also hold a smaller portfolio of a variety of minor altcoins, but not anything significant. Like I would say it's less than 1% of my total portfolio holdings, so I don't really ever talk about that. So personally for me, I'm not going to be trading back and forth because I feel it's very difficult to time the swings, and I don't recommend that. And that's just my personal take on this, but that's because my portfolio already is divided between Bitcoin and altcoins on purpose to mitigate against that boom and bust cycle alternating cyclically between Bitcoin and the altcoins. You can do as you wish. If you want to play that risky game of trying to race up the altcoins, sell all your Bitcoin into Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash or EOS, ride that up 10 or 20%, and then sell it back for Bitcoin and try to ride that up, you can try to do that. I think that's extremely, extremely risky, and I don't think I could ever recommend that. I don't feel confident in myself in doing that or timing that correctly, and so I just don't want to recommend that to you guys. If you feel like you're an expert trader and you are a master of that kind of thing, then be my guest, and I hope you do really well. So don't feel dismayed right now. If you're sitting in all Bitcoin or predominantly Bitcoin and you see all these altcoins surging upwards, I just urge everyone to always take a bigger time span, a bigger picture of what's happening here, because you could sit there and be upset that altcoins are surging upward, but if we look back, Bitcoin has just surged tremendously in the past recent months. And so it's just like a teeter-totter, back and forth, Bitcoin, altcoin. And the thing to keep in mind is that pattern will continue all the way up to the top of the bull run. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to be playing that game where you could be missing out, or do you just want to stay stable, maybe 50% Bitcoin, 50% altcoins, so that either way, whether Bitcoin is surging at the moment or whether altcoins are surging at the moment, you're at least 50% in the right category at all times, and that's what I'm doing. So we will continue to see altcoin booms, and we will continue to see Bitcoin booms as we slide up this ever-increasing bull run. Because guys, we are going to see some tremendous numbers. If you think we have seen something big so far, like, you know, we have EOS at $4.46, Bitcoin Cash $431, Ethereum finally $200. If you think that those are some big moves, my God, guys, just wait. Just wait. You have seen nothing yet. We're going to see 4-digit Ethereum, 4-digit Bitcoin Cash. We're going to see probably $50 to $100 EOS. And likewise for Bitcoin, we're going to see over $100,000 Bitcoin. So I urge you all, keep that big picture, that big game perspective, because that has always served me really well. Don't try to make a bunch of day trading mistakes. Bots are faster than the human is. And unless you're extremely experienced, I just don't recommend going up against the likes of computer algorithm trading. And I'll just end off with a story here. So I had held a bunch of Cardano about a year ago, and I got a lot of flack from viewers for selling it because I sold all my Cardano for EOS. And I was just taking a look at the market caps of both. And Cardano is currently sitting at around, I think it's like $1.5 billion. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's considerably less than EOS. And EOS is at about 4.5 billion or something like that, total market cap. And so it just goes to show you that if you do see something like a red flag, for example, I saw very slow development. There's nothing wrong with sure-footed development, but when it's way too slow and way too academic, that was the red flag to me. There was many positives for Cardano, and I think that it has a future, but I moved out of it into EOS, and I'm very glad that I did because the market caps have proven that was a wise trade. That was an altcoin to altcoin trade, and sometimes you have to make those. It's easier for me because I'm in Puerto Rico and therefore I don't have any capital gains taxes. So for me, it's very easy to slide between trades if I so wish to do so. But sometimes you have to know when to cut your losses. And for example, I held IOTA about 1.5 years ago. I held some NEO 1.5 years ago. I held Cardano a year ago, and I sold all of those for EOS and put those alongside my Bitcoin Cash and my Ethereum and my Bitcoin holdings because I consider those solid and robust holdings. So just pay attention to fundamentals. Don't ride this bull wave up holding crap coins. That's all I can tell you guys. Make sure that you're holding solid fundamental altcoins and you will reap the rewards. If you're holding altcoins which are weak fundamentally, you're just going to get outpaced. I feel like that's the case for XRP. I feel like it's going to continue to bleed because they keep siphoning money out of it and printing it essentially. It's like the next Federal Reserve. That's what I would call Ripple, XRP. Okay guys, that's all I've got for you in this video. Trade smart, trade wise, think long. Also, just stay tuned. I have another video coming probably tomorrow. I filmed it up in the snowy mountains next to a river in Vail, Colorado. And I'm going to talk to you about all sorts of stuff. Jack Dorsey on Twitter with the Bitcoin emoji and lots of EOS topics. And it's just a very exciting time right now. So stay tuned for that very scenic, probably my most scenic background yet.